starting from basically the ground up here. I just recently got a collection of copies of the kinescopes from the Wade Williams, who owns the copyright now.
Yeah.
Been going over those, and I've got a list of questions, if you have time, that I kind of want to go over with you.
Go ahead.
First of all, I'm a little... There aren't many credits in these episodes that I'm seeing, so I'm a little unclear as to whether you produced the entire series or one season.
No, I was the agency that bought the series.
I see.
I was the head of television and radio that bought the series.
I see.
From Dick Gordon, who's dead, and George Foley, F-O-L-E-Y,
Right.
who's also dead.
And it was a George Foley production, so it was basically his show, I take it.
Yeah.
What was Mort Abraham's involvement?
He was the producer.
I see. So George would be, say, the executive producer.
I imagine so, yes.
Yeah. I have a couple of other fellows down as producing. James Lister.
Jimmy Lister was, well, he was really in charge of casting at one time. He's truly not a producer. He was not the producer when I was there.
I see. How about, you say Dick Gordon was the one who actually...
Gordon was a partner of Foley's.
I see.
But once Dick died, I guess Foley took over.
I believe he's the one that sold the copyright to Wade Williams, in fact.
Could be.
Where was the series shot? Where was that done?
It was a live program at ABC in New York. What they called TV1, the big studio.
And it went out over the air live each time?
Live.
Was there much in the way of rehearsals for those episodes?
Well, the usual half-hour rehearsals, half-hour show. Rehearsals would start on Monday. The show was performed on a Friday at 9:30. And we made kinescopes for the unhooked up stations, the ones that played it at different times.
And how did you first become involved in the series?
Well, I knew both George and Dick Gordon. They came to me with Mort Abrams and offered the show. I thought it was a good idea. I took it to Chrysler Watchbags, and they agreed to sponsor it. I think later on that year or the next year, Maitland Carpets took alternating sponsorship. The show never had a single host. It was always guests, and quite a good guests.
It was experimental for the time, wasn't it?
Well, it was the only science fiction show on the air because Captain Video on Dumont was the other that I can think of.
Yeah, they were like space operas as opposed to science fiction. Did it go over well then? Did you get good reviews?
Let me clear my throat. ABC did not get good ratings as a whole until the show Disneyland came along. Of course, the lineup, the ABC lineup was definitely much weaker than CBS and NBC, so we had fewer markets to get into. So it survived. It was, I think it was 2 seasons.
Right, almost 90 episodes.
Yeah.
There's an episode called Past Tense, which Boris Karloff starred in. That it was written by Jack Weinstock and Willie Gilbert, but the credit says based on an idea by Robert F. Lewine.
That's me, I guess.
Yeah, did you brainstorm any plot ideas?
I guess that one at least. Maybe that, I don't remember. You know, you're talking 37 years ago.
Yeah, boy, it's amazing. The people I've talked to so far have been surprised that they've remembered as much as they have about it.
Have you talked to Mort Abrams?
I haven't yet, no. I have his number, though, and I recently got Robin Morgan's number, who is the little girl from A Child is Crying.
Sure.
Yeah, and talked to a few other
She must
folks.
be a married woman right now.
Yeah, a couple times, in fact. But she's really something, too. She's got some great stories to tell.
I imagine so.
What
I think Robin Morgan played in the first show we had with Walter Abel.
Right, In fact,
A Child is Crying.
that was apparently one of the only ones repeated, from what I understand.
That was the most successful of all shows.
great episode. I have that one, in fact. Were you on the soundstage very often?
Oh, I was there every week.
Mm-hmm.
Every week. Never missed one.
Do you have any outstanding anecdotes regarding, say, the actors? I know a lot of people started on the show, like Ava Gabor, and Paul Newman, and Brian Keith, James Dean.
And Paul Newman's wife.
Mm-hmm. Raymond Burr, and I know, and Leslie Nielsen were on early episodes.
Yes. Thomas Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Around the world, and
Did 20,000 Leagues?
Yeah.
Right.
2.5 hours.
Right.
Yeah, one after the other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a lot of anecdotes if you want some. But I think I should write them to you rather than take your time and your expense with the phone call.
Oh, that's no problem at all.
Well, we had, let me get his name right, Lon Chaney Jr.
Mm-hmm. Frankenstein
on the
episode.
Frankenstein show.
Right.
And he was not sober.
I've heard that. I heard he was very cruel and mean-spirited at the time.
Well, he was drunk.
Huh.
Or he was.
The rumor is that people seem to think that he thought that was a rehearsal as it was going
That's
live
right.
over
That's
the
what
air.
he said after the show.
Uh-huh.
He thought it was a dress rehearsal.
Is that true?
It's true that he thought so.
Huh.
But it was not. He had had a dress rehearsal and gone into his dressing room and drank. And when he came back, he didn't know what was going on.
Huh.
And he goofed about 3 or 4 times that I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And our director was then a man named Don Medford.
Right.
And Don was so upset he wanted to hit the Lon. Except Lon was too big for him.
Goodness,
I
huh?
mean, he did some incredible things.
Mm.
And we had a man named, they're all dead right now. Paul, I'll think the name, who never showed up for rehearsal and just took a powder. So we had to get somebody else. I forget the name of the show. We had a lot of people in the show.
Hmm.
A lot of good people.
Mm-hmm.
What else can I tell you?
Well, what about working with...
There are,
Pardon
I
me?
think there are 6 kinescopes in the UCLA archive.
Mm-hmm.
One is called The Window.
I have that one. That's kind of neat. It sort of starts off with a different... starts off with a lost planet.
Show within the show.
That's a fascinating one. That's really interesting. I've seen that.
At the end of that show, because of its realism, the police came to the studio.
They
The
really
New York City
came?
Police wanted to know where the murder had taken place.
That really happened. They really
Yes,
came.
Yes, I was there.
Were those real policemen in the final shot, or did they come after that final shot went out?
No, they were phonies.
Uh-huh.
They were actors until the real one showed up after the show went off the air.
That's fascinating. So that's kind of like a little War of the Worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
How interesting, huh?
And we had, I think, stars in that show, Frank Maxwell and who's the guy who was in Dr. Virgo, the heavy.
The name escapes me right now too.
He was also in Oklahoma, played the heavy in that.
Mm-hmm.
He played Judge. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of anybody. No, Rod Steiger. Rod Steiger.
You got it.
Right.
He played opposite whoever the girl was. He was the guy who just gotten out of, interloped while Frank was in prison.
Right.
Supposedly.
That was a real interesting teleplay.
Yeah.
There probably hadn't been anything like that done before on television.
I can't think of anything.
How were the stories chosen?
I really had little to do with that. I was sent a script for my approval, and I didn't find anything. They were way out. Some of the shows were way out, but that was the idea of the series.
Huh.
We had
fine. That's no problem at all.
We had, who played, unfortunately most of these people died, who played in the Virginian, who was the head honcho.
Can't pull that one out of the
He
head.
was with the Hal Martin radio series,
Mm-hmm.
and he was quite a Hollywood favorite.
Hmm.
And when the curtain went up, so to speak, the lights came on, and he got the cue to start, and he was by himself in the desk,
Mm-hmm.
and he could not think of his lines.
Hmm.
We went up blank, and we sent his sidekick in, who appeared on the third page of the script, so we lost the first two pages.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
can't think of his name.
I keep Robert Drury.
For the scholars, I'll think of it.
Hmm.
So we had a live show in those days. All the shows were live. I can't think before tape was invented. The only film shows came out of California.
Right.
Mr. Willen and
Can you tell me anything about some of the directors, like Don Medford or Leonard Valenta?
well, John is teaching now at UCLA. I don't think he's active in the business anymore.
Huh.
I don't know where Valenti is. I have no idea.
How about some of the writers? I know Frank DeFelitta. I have his
Yeah,
phone number. I'll
he's
be
out.
calling him
He's
soon.
still active. And
Mm-hmm.
Mel Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
I think he wrote The Child's Crying.
Hmm.
Was it he? Did the scripts?
And I've got Man Rubin wrote a few episodes too.
I have no idea what happened to him.
Hmm.
None what is it.
Well, so what episodes would you remember most clearly? Obviously The Window you brought up,
I remember
Frankenstein.
that very clearly.
What other ones really stick out?
The Child is Crying.
Right. Oh, that's great.
Frankenstein, first time. Dorian Gray.
Mm-hmm.
And 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I remember a little bit of that.
What is there about A Child is Crying that you think was so notable that
Well,
even at the time it was so popular?
It was an idea ahead of its time.
Right.
In other words, it dealt with a prodigal child
Mm-hmm.
who became a national resource.
It was a very anti-nuclear
Yes,
play
it was.
too.
This was 1953, 52.
Was the music for the series original, or were some episodes canned?
Couldn't have been. It was all recorded.
All canned. There's a credit at the end of, for instance, The Child is Crying that says, produced in cooperation with the Science Fiction League of America. I was wondering if you knew anything about this group, who they were exactly.
No, but there is a science fiction, the guy you bought the shows from is involved with that league.
I see.
That's the name of it.
I'll check with him.
Science fiction something.
Did Roger DeCoven announce all of the episodes?
No, we had, you're really drawing on my memory.
I'm sorry.
It's not real fault. We had a man that was Bob Williams,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a rather well-known announcer who happens to be Tony Robbins' father.
Didn't know that.
Tony from the Woody Allen features.
Right. Huh.
His name was, I think, his real name was, I keep saying Chase. His last name was Chase. I'm not sure. I have to look that up.
Yeah, I'll have to check that.
Trying to find out who Tony Robbins' father was. He was the announcer as well.
Mm-hmm. Were there ever any problems with the network, for instance? Wanting to cut back on references to say that, the nuclear bomb.
We had was with the window.
When the
Of
cops
course,
came.
we were so realistic. A lot of stations cut off the air in the middle of the show. Of course, they thought there was a real murder going to take place.
Did they really?
Yes, I think Cincinnati was one. Remember that one?
Those were all real stagehands in the teleplay, too, weren't they? The real announcer, the real technical director?
Yes.
Hmm.
We had a camera anchored with no operator at the window at the tenement house.
Mm-hmm.
And it just stayed there the entire time.
You're right, it was one static shot.
That's right.
That was fascinating.
I was in that show.
Really?
I was the agency man who yelled and will keep going, something like that. It's been a lot of years.
How funny. I just watched it last night, in fact.
Well, you'll see a guy in a pinstripe suit
Mm-hmm.
who said, go to the commercial mode. Something like that.
How funny. Was that the only one that you were in?
Yes.
Huh.
The only one I was in.
Huh.
But I was in 6 Emmy Awards shows.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was the president of the Academy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. What are some of your other television credits, for instance?
Well, I went to, from ABC, I went to NBC,
Mm-hmm.
where I was the head of programming in New York. From there, I went to CBS, and ultimately came out to Hollywood to run their programming out here. And from there, I went to Warner Brothers, where I ran the television department.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to the Academy, where I stayed for 7 years. They were in trouble then. Financial trouble and politics, God knows. They needed somebody to straighten the whole goddamn thing out.
Hmm.
And they picked me.
Mm-hmm.
And I did straighten out. Then I went from the Academy back to NBC out here. Did nothing there. Nothing. Repeat 0. Left at the end of the year. Now I'm teaching at University of Southern California and have been for 10 years.
Huh.
Also taught at UCLA for 10 years
Mm-hmm.
and will start my 11th year in September.
Well, fantastic. Huh.
And that's the story.
Uh-huh.
You've got my autobiography.
What had you done before Tales of Tomorrow? What brought you to their attention?
I had, I had worked for a company called Rock Hill Radio,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't admit to very easily.
They were involved in the old Tom Corbett series, weren't they?
Oh, yes, yes.
Was that Mort Abrahams as well?
Yep, same one.
Huh.
That's how I got to know.
Interesting. So he pulled you with him into the new project.
It's true.
Fascinating. All right, I don't really want to take up any more of your time. I know your
No
wife
problem.
said you were going out to dinner later.
No problem.
It's been very helpful. It's given me a
I
lot
hope
to
so.
go
If
on.
you need more, if you need to see, you've got all the kiddies, have you?
I have access to about 17 or 18 of them all together. They
You
might-
might want to write to Dan Einstein, Daniel Einstein,
Okay.
at the UCLA Television Archive. I'll give you the number. Or call him either way. It's, I will try to get my map.
CLA Film Library. Yeah, I'll drop them a line and see if they have something I don't have access to.
I don't have it.
That's fine. I'll just drop them a letter.
Get it for you if you don't want to hold it wire.
No, that's fine. I can just drop them a line and ask them what they got.
His telephone number is area code 462-4921.
921.
Yeah, Daniel Einstein, a good friend of mine and a very resourceful archivist.
Oh, great.
And tell him I recommend you calling him inquire about Chelsea Wall.
Good.
I remember giving him 6 kinescopes. Through the window. One. I forget what the others were. But if you make one call, he'll tell you. I think we'll even agree to have you look at them.
That'd be terrific. Fantastic. Alrighty. Well, like I say, thanks again for your help. It's been extremely helpful.
Very welcome. Call me if you need more.
Will do.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye now.